My first FPV radio was the TX16S. It's a fantastic radio, but one big problem is it's extremely bulky. And I was pretty much not able to enjoy FPV because I was hiking up mountains with this huge backpack and all this gear and then flying for 15 minutes, and it just seemed a bit unnecessary. I bought the radiomaster Zorro for my son to fly with because I knew he wanted something a little bit smaller. The TX16S was just way too big for him. And sometimes I would take his radio and fly his drone, and it was a great experience. I really enjoyed the radiomaster Zorro, and I thought, you know what? This thing could be for me too. I couldn't really go back to using regular gimbals after using the AG01 aluminum CNC'd ones. Then I saw that they actually had the AG01 minis, which was the gimbals for the radiomaster Zorro that were the aluminum CNC'd version. That was it for me. I decided to make the switch, but there still was one glaring issue with the Zorro that kept it from being the perfect small FPV radio, and that is these unbelievably horrible batteries that are in the radiomaster Zorro. These things are 900 mAh in series because it's a 2S battery that runs this. So you only have 900 mAh, which means that you got about 30 minutes of use, which is pretty terrible, especially if you slap on an external ELRS or Crossfire module that is high powered, like 1 watt or even 2 watts. Your radio time is going to be absolutely tanked, and you're going to have to carry a bunch of these, which that's no good. Or you're going to have to carry an external charger and plug it in and have it dangling off and stuff, and well, that wasn't good either. I always knew I wanted to find a solution, but it was just this week that I finally sat down and said, I'm getting her done. Right here is a Dr. Quad's radiomaster Zorro battery bay. Now this comes in multiple different shapes and sizes. Most importantly, how it mounts to here and the USB interface and charging port is the main star of the show. You can change this little top bay here to fit pretty much any battery you want. I suggest the 18650 battery version here because it doesn't stick out too far from the top. It's not gonna block your antenna, or if you're using the internal antenna, that sticks out right here too as well. Hot off the press, I did just make a 18650 battery version, but personally, when I'm out in the field, I don't like to turn my radio off if I don't have to, because when it's time to fly, I don't have to wait for that long power up time. And that's what these four 18650 batteries gives me. Now this has a TPU top that can come off. It's pretty stiff, and I question whether or not you might just want to glue it on there, because you don't really need to open it once it's on, but for now, here it is. On the side here, you have this USB port, and when you actually plug in, there we go, you see it's got a charging light. It's really bright, really nice, and whenever the battery is fully charged, this light will turn off, so you know you can unplug it. Now that's actually taking advantage of this little LiPo battery USB charger. It's got voltage protection on it and voltage drain protection, so that's pretty fantastic. These things are really cheap, and I'll have a link for them on the website post where I break down all these parts and give you the files for free and everything. On the other side is another USB port, and this is to plug in so that you can use your radio as a controller for a simulator. But here it is, guys. This is the radiomaster Zorro battery solution that I've been meaning to fix for quite a long time, and I finally got around to doing it. Now, as I said, there is smaller versions out there if you want a really minimalistic solution, and I recommend a 18650 solution for that. Now, hot off the press, I am going to be building this one out for my son for a 2 battery solution. I didn't want it to be too heavy for him, but he also suffers from that small battery time. Okay, so on this little USB board, you have B+ and B-, and if you flip it over on the other side, you'll see that these 2 holes here are also B+ and B-. But you do have right here the balance plug that you're supposed to solder on. And on this side here, you see you have LED, NTC, and ground. NTC seems to be some sort of temperature protection for the LED. I don't know exactly what that is, but I don't use it. I just use the LED and ground with a little 5-volt LED. The reason why you want to use this, even though there is LEDs on the board itself, it's because you want to put that outside so that you can see it, whereas it would be kind of hard to see if it's only flashing from the inside. Okay, first things first is cut yourself up some wire. And we want to pre-tin these pads here. You probably don't need flux if you're using leaded solder, like I am here, but just make sure you have adequate ventilation if you're going to do that. Okay, now I might have actually made this a little short, but I think I should get away with it if I orient this properly. Now we need to rig up this LED, and the way to know which one's positive and which one's negative is the longer side is actually positive and the shorter side is negative. Working. There we go. Ooh, that's very bright. Wow. Now, on the bottom side, I'm actually going to rig this up here. You can cut off a little bit of it, about that much, so that it sits more taut. You don't want it to be sticking far out. And this will slide through the underside of this. I'm actually going to have to desolder this right here. So that I can do this. That way it's out of the way. Once I screw it in, I'll be able to resolder it. Okay, and place it in. Now comes the part where we need to resolder this back on. Sit nicely. I do recommend you using some soft padding. This is not big enough. You can get something like this. Cut it in half. Okay, and once you have some padding in there to make sure that these 18650 stay right where they are, go ahead and close up the top. You will need to take out this little black piece right here. This seems to be some sort of antenna plug. So take that out. I take off this flap as well. I really hate these flaps, so just go ahead and remove that. And you got to get yourself 2 M210 screws. And there we go.
Welcome to HTX. Level warning. Switch warning.
Now, I do recommend you removing the batteries because they won't charge when you're charging via this USB port right here. And it can be super annoying to have to charge 2 batteries. These two 18650 should be more than enough for recreational use. And it's more than double what was in there before. I would recommend you taping this to the back here just to keep this cord in check, because you never really need to unplug it. And that was the whole purpose behind this USB port right here. So you could just plug it in, charge up your LiPo battery. That is a really bright LED. Charge up your LiPo battery. This is going to be a lot more manageable for people, and I could definitely see this being the most popular one because it's going to give you more than double the time you had from these tiny little guys, but it's not going to be so big or so heavy that it really gets in the way. Well, guys, this is Dr. Quads. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to go download this for yourself. It's all up there for free on my website. Make sure to like and subscribe, and consider supporting me on Patreon, because that is an excellent way for the community to support the work that I do and to continue pumping out these awesome designs for you for free. That's all for me, and I'll catch you next time.